So being the new guy and way older than those kids were, I walked right up to them and was like, oh, so this is where the cool kids hang out, huh? And they were just looked at me like I was crazy. And then I pointed to my car and said, I just bought that yesterday. Of course, that was 2 days ago now. I just bought that yesterday. And I said, can I join your club? And was a huge scratch. And it basically just the paint was gone. And I used that brush applicator to brush some paint on. So, introducing the latest addition to the Troy's Garage fleet. Another Dodge, another Mopar. This is a 2015 Charger Police Pursuit. We bought this car 2 days ago. It was a super rainy day, so this car is filthy. We've never seen it clean, actually, when we bought it. We looked at 3 different Pursuits. So funny story, we were starting to look for a new car. We were just kind of done with the Hyundai Sonata. It's been a good car for us, but we were basically just over it. And I asked my wife what she wanted, and she said she wants all-wheel drive and dual climate control, and said that I could pick everything else. That left the door wide open. I started doing a little research and decided that I wanted an all-wheel drive Dodge Charger. The affordable way to get one is through an auction. So I started looking at them at the auction. I did some research on that. I could have saved a couple $1,000s by doing that, but I decided to buy from a dealer who buys the auction vehicles, and then they have a mechanic go all the way through it. So I'm pulling up to the car wash. Let me get checked in here, and then we'll chat some more. All right, back home from the car wash. I've been just kind of going around and looking for things that need attention. I've cleaned all the windows inside and out. When they cleaned it at the dealer, they sprayed the dash, they sprayed the fabric, they sprayed all the door panels, and there was overspray of whatever cleaner they used, and it was just like an oily residue. So that took some elbow grease to get off. So what I'm doing now is I'm going around and repairing rock chips and that sort of thing, and I'm just using Rust-Oleum scratch repair on these simple little things. So there's one there, there's one there, there's one there. There were several all across the front. There was a big one in the back. I've kind of gone all the way around, and I'm at this point here, but wanted to give a quick update and kind of show how this works. So there's 2 different applicators. There's a pen tip applicator, and then if you screw the top off, there's a brush, almost like a fingernail polish. So for larger areas, and I'll show you one spot in the back that I did have to use the brush. It was just too big to fill, but it's just this easy, and this is left-handed. I better put my glasses on so I can see though. I just put a finger up against the panel so I'm steady, because you don't want to get this everywhere. And then you just push in the little spring tip, and it slowly releases just a little bit, and then you use the tip to kind of spread it to all corners of the rock chip. And if you do it right, I kind of missed some on this one. This is a lot easier right-handed when you're right-handed. There you go. It's not exactly the same color, but it looks better than a big old black spot. I'm just going to continue doing all this. There were a couple other things that I found, and we'll talk about those in just a second. So here's one of the other things that I found. Look at the gap there compared to the gap there. This is after I adjusted it. It used to be almost touching here. It was touching there, and it was way off over here. Like you could see almost daylight down through there. And then this was clear forward of there. So it took several tries. The hood's aluminum, it's not super heavy like the old trucks and stuff. This is as close as I could get it and still have it open and close right where the latch is. I could probably adjust the latch as well and maybe center this gap just a little bit more. But the hinges, they are where they are. I'm not sure exactly how to fix those without like pulling things really apart and shimming. All I really did was the 4 bolts that hold it to the hinges. Moved it and tweaked it just a little bit. So funny story, we bought this 2 days ago. Last night was the first night of decent enough weather. So I took it out, put some miles on it just to kind of shake it down, make sure that everything's working great. Stopped for gas. I live in Salt Lake City, the outskirts of Salt Lake City. Pulled into the Maverick here and filled up. went inside, came back outside, and I'm not joking, there were no less than 10 Dodge Chargers just at pumps in the parking lot, pulled up sideways next to the other cars. It was like the Dodge Charger club of some sort. I have no idea. So being the new guy and way older than those kids were, I walked right up to them and was like, oh, so this is where the cool kids hang out, huh? And they just looked at me like I was crazy. And then I pointed to my car and said, I just bought that yesterday. Of course, that was 2 days ago now, but I just bought that yesterday. And I said, can I join your club? And anyway, it was super funny. And I was just like, I'm totally kidding, guys. I love your cars. I bought one myself. And I turned and walked away. And I'm sure they had a good chuckle out of that. But there was one guy there that was shaking hands with everybody like he was being introduced to him. So maybe it was some sort of a club or whatever. The total interaction was less than 30 seconds. And I didn't want to make it awkward for them. No, I didn't. Actually, I did. I made it awkward for them. But anyway, it was fun. I had a good time with that. And I'll probably run into them again at some point, and maybe they'll remember me, maybe they won't. But I didn't want to say, hey, I'm a YouTuber, blah, 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 I'm a big deal. I mean, I am, but they don't need to know that yet. It's a secret. All right, enough with story time. I ordered a delete kit for this. It's basically a white panel that goes on the outside here. So I'll be doing a video of me taking that thing out, sealing that up. My wife's pretty adamant that this thing is out of here. I had a dream last night that somebody wanted that, and I was shipping it to them. So if that wasn't a dream and you want that, let me know. The other thing that I ordered from the same company as that is a rear door normalization kit. I don't know what they call it, but notice that this door panel, and it's dark so you won't be able to see, but there's no handle there. There's also no door lock mechanism there. So what the kit is a handle and the cable that runs from there over to the latch, and then also the plunger mechanism that goes down to the lock itself. Right now, the locking mechanism is hooked to a little lever on these cars. This is a fairly well-known among the circles thing, but this right here is the door lock. So if you pull it forward, you can open it. If you push it, you can lock it. So I'm sure that the cops use that very discreetly when they're trying to be intrepidatious, as it were. So I've been going around, like I said, and putting little filler spots on rock chips. I do have more rust up here than I thought I did after I washed this car. These kind of things start coming out. Like that right there is rusting underneath, but I put a dab of the stuff on top just to keep more water from getting down in there. I know I didn't fix it, so I'm not pretending that I did. In fact, I wouldn't show you that if I cared what you thought. Oh yeah, I was going to show you the big mess that was back here. So right here, between my fingers, from here to here, was a huge scratch, and it basically just the paint was gone, and I used that brush applicator to brush some paint on. There was another spot right there, and a big chip out of this corner right here. So that stuff works fairly well. I've used it on vehicles in the past. So looking under the hood here, I've gone through this, made sure that all my fluids are good, I don't see any leaking anywhere, that sort of thing. I do those things before I actually buy cars, so I've already done that on this one. What I didn't notice when we were test driving it in the rain and stuff is that I was getting a little bit of weeping out of the overflow, or the safety relief valve, whatever you want to call this thing, the overflow. A little bit of coolant leaks out of that, and I just need to replace the radiator cap. So that's on the list of things that I need to buy. I bought new windshield wipers at the O'Reilly's, but forgot to get a radiator cap. So under here, I'm satisfied with the way everything is, except for I want to get one of the original covers for the Hemi. So all the little knobby things are there for it to mount to. I just am missing. I'm looking for one of those. If you happen to have one, reach out to me. While we're talking under the hood stuff, doing the once over on everything, we tried to spray the windshield wipers, and we were barely getting any out of the passenger side one, and there was nothing coming out of the driver's side. In investigating, the fitting was broken. I just took a little piece of fuel hose and cut a little piece, broke off the broken piece, and just ended up having to use a pipe, but it works. So not going to worry about it. If it starts to be a problem at some point, I'll go figure something else out. But temporary, problem solved. One of the things that's quirky and weird about this that I'm still trying to figure out, and maybe if you have one of these and you've been able to resolve this, let me know, but we can't open the trunk unless the vehicle is running. So even in the garage, I have to get in, push the start button, start the engine. I can hit the trunk release button, and then the trunk opens, then I can kill the engine. It's not great on engines to start and stop like that, so I don't want to have to do that every time I want to get in here. So if you know a secret to bypass that feature, please comment down below, reach out to me in one way or another. I'm on Instagram, you can follow me over there. Put a sticker on the back. As far as the interior of this goes, I'm happy with the way things are in it for now. We would like at some point to put one of the bigger displays in. This is a 2015, so it has the smaller display with the 6 buttons around the outside. It looks dated with that as opposed to having the bigger touchscreen. So I will probably be doing that mod at some point. I've heard that that's not that hard to do. So no joke, I am in love with this car. I've wanted a Dodge Charger for so long, and I've always wanted an all-wheel drive one. All right, when I buy a used car, which I've only bought one brand new car ever in my life, and I will never do that again. Value tanked. They actually sell gap insurance for when you buy a new car, because the value drops faster than you pay off the loan. And then you can pay extra to have insurance that covers that gap, so that if you total your car, somebody T-bones you, insurance covers the difference in price. That is just insane to me. Buy used, save yourself the hassle. So anyway, whatever. When I buy used cars, I like to basically lubricate all of the moving parts, anything that's supposed to move, latches, door hinges, pulleys. That's what I'm doing here. So on the serpentine belt, when we first start this car, it has a squeal in that pulley system somewhere. I'm guessing it's probably the tensioner pulley or one of the other pulleys that's in there. So I'm just going to throw a little bit of this on each of the spinning bearing parts, and then just let this soak in. And then I'll run grab the radiator cap while this soaks in and replace that. Then we'll start this thing and make sure that everything's cool. But I'm going to go around the entire car, put this in, door locks, door hinges, all the things that move, so that they're just good and lubricated, and then we don't have to worry about them. This stuff is amazing. Link down below. It's a penetrating lubricant, in case you wonder. It's great for things that rust, so rusting bolts, that sort of thing. Exhaust manifold bolts, this stuff is fantastic at just loosening these over time. Safe to put on. It's completely non-toxic, kid and pet safe, so you can use this anywhere in the house. No odor whatsoever. But anyway, like I said, I'm on Instagram. Please like, share, follow, do all those things. Really do appreciate that, and it helps me more than you know. I'll put links down below to different products that I use in this video, as well as links to door panel kit and that sort of thing, so that if you're looking for that, you'll be able to find it as well. They're a little bit spendy, so be prepared for that. I'm not going to say how much because my wife watches my videos. Anyway, this is Troy with Troy's Garage. We'll see you guys in a video real soon.